All right, let's get a quick recruiting roundup before we hop off of here, guys. Jonathan Taylor, told you I'd revisit your questions in the comment section here. And Jake Roos, I think you got something on Jeremiah Smith this week.
Yeah, our guy Jeremy Johnson wrote on this yesterday. Jeremiah Smith, JoJo Trader, and Charles Lester. That's 3 5-stars in town to see the Bulldogs while they were in playing at the Battle 7-on-7 this past weekend. This dude, Jeremiah Smith, is blowing minds, man. Every return I've heard on him is that he is that guy. Chad Simmons mentioned the idea that if he were to come out of high school this year, where would he go in the NFL draft and how high would it be? So yeah, he's legit, man. He's legit. Ohio State is going to always be tough to beat for a wide receiver. Brian Hartline is that guy when it comes to that position in college football. And you go look around the NFL, the track record's there for him too, right? You got Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin.
Marvin Harrison's going to be there soon.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison's going to be that dude next year for sure.
Digba this draft.
Right. Yeah. So they've got a strong legacy there. If you want to be an NFL receiver, Ohio State's a great place to do it. Georgia has to continue to build that. And I said recently too, look, George Pickens has done such a service to Georgia by doing that because AJ Green was the guy carrying that flag for years and years when it came to the wide receiver position for Georgia.
Now Pickens is one of the NFL's
guy who has had to take that one up. So look, am I predicting any kind of flip or anything like that? No, I'm not. Jeremiah Smith is a guy that Georgia will continue to court. I think that they would love to do that. Andy Stowe says if Georgia gets Dylan Raiola, he might follow. Yeah, that's possible. You get that Pied Piper effect if you bring in a guy like Dylan Raiola. People are going to want to be in that sphere of influence. They know what he can do. But at the same time, I think that it's going to be tough. Georgia is going to have to continue to develop and continue to put out wide receivers. I think that they've got a great system to do it. I think that, it's taking the turn that it needed to take. Brian McClendon's going to be able to bring dudes in to do it. But it's just going to take some time.
Yeah. Speaking of Raiola, we got an interesting Twitter from Peyton Woodyard. Corey Williams with a bunch of numbers. I don't know if this is someone's burner or bot account or what, but Corey said, bring Raiola with you to UGA, and Peyton Woodyard liked it. So I don't know. I don't know how much to read into that, but if you do read into things like that, I just wanted to let you know because y'all don't see that stuff.
Peyton Woodyard wants it. There's no question about it. He's on campus. I believe he's supposed to arrive either tonight or into Monday morning. But another guy who's out here for that 7-on-7 tournament. I said battle. It's pylon. But they're he's a real key guy in this class. Big time recruiter out there on the West Coast for Georgia. Very solid kid. I think he's number 2 in the safety rankings for on 3 in the industry. So a big get for Georgia there. Look, there's a lot for Georgia to sell right now. There's no question about it. And I think that this class really can be as historic as people think it could be.
Yeah, it looks special. And then quick update on Riddick on Flip Watch. You hearing anything about that? Any kind of news and notes on that front?
Alabama's really confident right now. I will say that. They felt like they made a big impression on him the last time that he visited Tuscaloosa, which I think was like a week and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken. So they feel pretty good about where they stand with DeMarcus Riddick right now. I've been told that they don't feel like anything's imminent, but there's some confidence building there. The reality is, man, listen, he grew up in Chilton County. He grew up a Georgia fan, so he says, but it is hard to get dudes out of Alabama that Alabama or Auburn want. That
roll tide chips away at you as a recruit.
That's just how it works, man. It's just how it works. So, am I wringing my hands on it right this second? I'm not. But Alabama is going to continue to be a threat for DeMarcus Riddick. They're not going to give up on the number 1 linebacker in America, regardless of if he's from Palo Alto, California, and certainly if he's from Chilton County, Alabama.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate it, Roos. I know it's kind of that time of year where things kind of bounce around a little bit. You don't really know where things may be headed one way or another. unless somebody commits, and even then you don't know how firm it may be when you're trying to get someone like that out of the state of Alabama. But just want to keep the people abreast. All right, let's do a Dog Stock Sunday really quick. I know everybody here wants to get back to watching the Oscars, so we will run through these Dog Stocks. Guys, we talked about the most satisfying Georgia flip to a rival last time we met. And Roe mentioned, and I guess this could be like a combo, you and me, Roos. We kind of forgot to mention Roquan Smith. And I know the question was about a rival.
Yeah.
But that whole saga, I'm just going to have to say stock up on that being the biggest flip, even though it wasn't a rival. I think that was a super satisfying flip for the Dogs because I was working in Macon, not Macon County, where he went to school. But that was like in our footprint. I went to a couple of his games when he was a high school kid. And following along with that, the fax machine thing, the gloves, he puts the UCLA gloves up. And that was the first time I had really witnessed a commitment, a signing go into this unconventional time zone where he was still undecided. My colleague at the time, Marvin James, went down there and was like staking out. He was posted up talking to all of his coaches, trying to figure out what happened. And it was one of the craziest flips that I know you've ever seen, Jake. But for me, I think if you're a Georgia fan, you're looking at a flip in recruiting history. And then you look at what he did in college and what he's doing in the pros right now. It's hard to top that one.
Oh, no question about it, man. And the whole day changed my life. So it's like a very personal one for me. I mean, I was there that morning. I saw him put the gloves on. You know, I was there to cover it for the UCLA side at Rivals. I was not going with a Georgia angle on it. And I just didn't have anything to do. We didn't have a signing day thing that day. So I just showed up. He did it. And I remember asking him, I think the video has since been deleted, unfortunately, but I asked him on camera, I said, so is the paperwork signed? And he was like, no, I'm still going back and forth. And I wish that we could get the still of my face when he said that, because it was my first signing day, working the beat. I was on my own. You know, Jake had been my mentor through the whole thing. And so I was just kind of by myself, and it was insane, dude. It was crazy. So
Roquan was just breaking news to you.
Oh God. Yeah. I'm about to crap my pants, and I'm in Macon County High School gym. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm nobody from nowhere. And here I am, and I'm sitting on what was probably the biggest story of that day in that signing day. So
easy.
It was cool. That was a neat one for sure. And definitely probably for Georgia. Yeah. The biggest flip of all time. Marcus Stroud has to be up there as well, though, for sure too. I think that's pretty satisfying because it was Florida. And he tore the Florida sweatshirt off on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Georgia under it, which is just stake through the heart kind of stuff. So,
yeah, I'm looking back at old tweets now, and I don't see any videos.
No. I remember. I know where that video was, and I'm pretty sure it got deleted. And I'm pretty devastated by it.
Insane stuff, man. Wow, what a day.